One wrong move could cost you millions, and what I'm about to reveal might shock you, because most investors following the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong have absolutely no idea how close they are to making a single mistake that could erase years of waiting, planning, and hoping for a major revaluation. So if you're watching right now, hit that like button and leave a quick comment, because what you are about to learn could save you from a disaster before 2025 arrives. The truth is, people are getting pulled into rumors, hype, fake insiders, and emotional decision-making without understanding the actual economic, political, and monetary indicators shaping the potential value of the Iraqi dinar and dong. Every day, new so-called experts online keep telling people to get ready, the RV is tomorrow, or cash in now before it's too late. And this constant noise is creating a dangerous environment where normal investors end up reacting instead of analyzing. But the real story is deeper, more strategic, and more global than most people realize, because while you're focusing on the exchange rate of a single currency, entire governments, financial ministries, and international monetary organizations are moving behind the scenes, shaping what could happen in 2025. When you look at Iraq, for example, it's not just about the dinar's potential revaluation, it's about oil policies, budget allocations, IMF guidelines, reconstruction projects, foreign investments, and political stability, all of which directly influence the valuation process. Meanwhile, many investors don't understand that exchange rates are not emotional decisions. They are mathematical outcomes of supply, demand, monetary reserves, and long-term economic strategies. And when you add the Vietnamese dong into the mix, another layer of complexity appears because Vietnam is balancing export-driven growth, strengthening trade alliances, and managing inflation while preparing its economy for potential currency adjustments tied to global market pressures. The real danger is that most people underestimate how fast economic indicators can shift. One announcement from the Central Bank of Iraq, one geopolitical conflict, one oil production change, or one IMF policy statement can instantly change everything you thought you knew. Investors think they're ready, but emotionally they're vulnerable, and financially they're unprepared because they don't know the difference between a speculative window and a confirmed monetary shift, and this lack of understanding is the reason why people panic sell cash in too early or miss the most profitable moment. The warning for 2025 is simple yet powerful. You must stop relying on wishful thinking and start focusing on verified information, legitimate economic signals, and real-world financial strategy. Because when a moment comes, and it always comes silently, not with an online countdown, only the people who made cautious, smart, and informed decisions will benefit. And if you're one of those people who truly want clarity, stay with me through this entire video, because the deeper we go, the more you'll see how the global monetary landscape is shifting in ways that most investors have never considered. For your dinar and dong holdings, because the biggest mistake investors make isn't that they bought at the wrong time, it's that they fail to understand how currency revaluations actually work in a world dominated by international trade, central banking policies, and geopolitical decision-making. To understand the warning for 2025, imagine for a moment that Iraq suddenly announces a rate change. Most people might rush to exchange immediately, thinking any increase is better than nothing. But in reality, early spikes are often followed by corrections, stabilizations, and secondary adjustments that could offer even higher returns for those who remain patient. History shows us that currency changes rarely happen in a single moment. Instead, they roll out in phases, influenced by the country's economic readiness and the global reaction. Vietnam is following a similar path, with increasing foreign investment, strategic partnerships, and ongoing economic reforms that might pressure the currency toward a gradual strengthening rather than an overnight jump. Many investors don't realize that both Iraq and Vietnam have long-term development plans extending beyond 2025, meaning any major monetary shift is likely designed to support multi-year economic goals rather than short-term speculation. The real warning here is that scammers thrive during times of confusion, especially when people expect sudden wealth. So, you must protect yourself against fake bank notifications, fabricated exchange centers, unauthorized brokers, and misleading online signals. Governments do not leak RV dates. Banks do not send private invitations, and real exchange rates always appear through official channels, not social media leaks. Another critical point is that when major financial changes occur, Banks often adjust their policies, verification procedures, and liquidity requirements, which means that rushing into exchanges without preparation could result in delays, lost opportunities, or restricted transaction options. People need to be mentally prepared for verification checks, currency authenticity screenings, and compliance confirmations because these steps exist to protect both investors and the financial system. And remember, if 2025 brings even small incremental adjustments in the dinar or dong, the global market reaction could create ripple effects across oil markets, regional trade agreements, and foreign investment patterns, meaning the smartest investors will be watching not just the rate itself, but the economic environment surrounding it. This is why emotional decisions are dangerous. When fear or hype takes over, logic disappears. If you understand the patterns, track legitimate financial updates, and keep your expectations realistic, you put yourself in a position of strength. And this is exactly why staying informed, not hopeful, not desperate, but informed, is the key to surviving and thriving through whatever 2025 brings. As we move into the final section, let's talk about the strategy that can help protect your potential profits, because avoiding one wrong move could be the difference between financial freedom and financial regret. The most important step is preparing before any rate change happens, meaning you must already know where you plan to exchange, which financial institution you trust, how much you intend to trade at once, and what long-term approach you will take after the exchange is complete. Most investors think the process ends when they cash in, but in reality, that is only the beginning, because managing sudden wealth requires discipline, patience, and a clear plan. You must consider taxes, reinvestment options, diversification strategies, emergency savings, and stable long-term opportunities that protect your new capital from inflation or uncertainty. Another crucial warning for 2025 is understanding that not every spike, rumor, or temporary rise in value is the real RV moment. Many currencies experience trial adjustments, controlled market tests, or temporary inflation control measures before stabilizing at a stronger long-term value. This means that if panic or excitement pushes you into rushing the exchange, you could miss the true profit window. Smart investors will observe central bank announcements, regional political developments, oil production changes, global inflation rates, and foreign reserve updates, because these indicators reveal whether a currency adjustment is permanent, temporary, or part of a staged rollout. Observing without reacting emotionally is the key that separates winners from losers. Also, remember that financial predators appear the moment people expect sudden wealth, offering fake tax advice, fraudulent investment schemes, unauthorized exchange centers, and high-pressure tactics designed to steal your currency or personal information. Staying calm, doing your research, and verifying everything through official government or banking channels will protect you from becoming a victim. And when the real moment comes, whether it's a gradual rise, a controlled revaluation, or a structured economic shift, the people who took their time to prepare will walk into the bank with clarity and walk out with confidence. So, as we